If you ever wander far enough along the old cobblestone paths of Fog Harbor, beyond where the lantern lights fade into soft mist, you might stumble upon a place that doesn't appear on any map. Some say it shows up only when you need a moment of rest. Others say it's always been there, hidden behind drifting clouds and gentle silence. Either way, if you're lucky, you'll find yourself standing before a small wooden building glowing like a warm ember in the dusk. The Fog Harbor Bakery. Tonight, the village is wrapped in its usual soft blanket of fog. A pale silver mist drifting between rooftops like sleepy ghosts. And yet, the bakery shines through it all, its windows glowing amber, as though the building itself carries a quiet heartbeat. A sign carved with careful, loving hands hangs above the curved doorway. Bakery. Simple but welcoming. Golden fairy lights trace the roofline, flickering gently, as if whispering to the mist, "Come closer." Warmth lives here. Outside, the air carries a hush, broken only by the distant creak of swinging lanterns and the faint patter of footsteps. Tiny, soft footsteps. If you look closely, you'll see two small clouds drifting along the path, each with round, cheerful eyes and stubby little legs. They hop instead of walk, leaving swirling footprints that vanish into the fog almost instantly. These are the cloudlings, little puffs of living fog that roam Fog Harbor like friendly spirits. And tonight, they're heading into their favorite place in the world. The door to the bakery is already propped open, releasing a warm glow that spills across the cobbles like liquid gold. The air that drifts out carries hints of honey, butter, warm dough, and cinnamon, the kind of scents that soften the edges of a long day. A little table sits outside with two wooden chairs, perfectly arranged for anyone who wants to enjoy a quiet night with a pastry and a hot drink. A mug of something steaming rests on the tabletop, untouched, as if it was prepared in advance for whoever might need it next. Inside the bakery, shelves overflow with pastries of every shape and shade. Loaves with crisp golden crusts. Sweet buns glazed to a gentle shine. Rolls shaped like spirals, knots, twists, all glowing in the warm light, as though they were painted with sunrise colors. Behind the counter works the keeper of this magical place. Mira, a gentle woman with soft eyes and flour-dusted hands. Her hair is always tied in a loose bun, messy in a comforting way, as if she's been kneading dough for lifetimes and wouldn't have it any other way. Every evening, Mira bakes until the air is thick with warmth and sweetness. And every evening, the cloudlings come to visit. Tonight is no different. The cloudlings wiggle their little arms and hop through the doorway with soft puffs. Mira looks up and smiles, the kind of smile that quietly lifts your heart. "Well, hello, little wanderers," she says, wiping her hands on her apron. "You're just in time." The honey glow buns are fresh from the oven. The cloudlings bounce with excitement, their soft forms trembling like tiny pillows. Myra gently places two buns, each warm and golden, onto a small plate and sets it on the floor. The cloudlings sit, puff-like and happy, nibbling delicately, crumbs disappearing straight into their misty bodies. Myra chuckles softly. "You two always eat like you're tasting sunlight for the first time." And perhaps, in a way, they are. Because the Fog Harbor Bakery isn't quite like an ordinary bakery. The pastries here are made with a little something extra, a pinch of wonder, a sprinkle of warmth and a touch of magic that Mira never fully explains. Some say she learned from an old traveler who once passed through Fog Harbor. Others believe she was born with the knowledge in her bones. But whatever the truth is, her pastries don't just feed the stomach, they feed the heart. A gentle breeze drifts through the open door, swirling around the cloud-like visitors. The fog outside seems to gather, pressing closer as though listening, waiting. Because every night, once the last batch of bread is baked and the final lantern lit, something special happens. Myra kneels down beside the cloudlings. "Ready?" she asks gently. They wiggle in response. She reaches out, taps each cloudling softly on their tiny heads, and whispers a little melody. A lullaby that sounds like the calm before dawn. Like warm tea, like the soft quiet of snowfall. As she sings, the cloudlings begin to glow faintly from inside, their bodies warming to the same golden hue that fills the bakery. They rise, slowly, peacefully, and drift toward the door. This is their nightly ritual. The cloud visitors help carry the warmth of the bakery into the village, guiding lost travelers, lighting dim alleyways, and comforting anyone wandering through the mist. With each hop and drift, little sparks of soft light scatter behind them, as though they're leaving trails of stardust. Tonight, a traveler stands at the edge of the square. His coat is damp from the fog, his shoulders slumped. He carries the tiredness of someone who has walked far, perhaps farther than he intended. The cloudlings approach him gently. At first, he doesn't notice, lost in his own heavy thoughts. But when one of them nudges his leg with a soft puff, he startles and looks down. Two tiny clouds smile up at him. It's impossible not to smile back. Their glow brightens at the sight of his expression softening. One cloudling hops in a circle, encouraging him to follow. The other drifts behind him, herding him forward with gentle determination. The traveler hesitates only a moment before giving in to the unexpected charm of his little guides. They lead him along the cobblestone path until he stands before the golden-lit bakery. He takes a step inside. Myra, still arranging a tray of warm bread, looks up. "Welcome," she says softly. "You look like you've walked through the whole night." The traveler nods, rubbing the back of his neck. "Feels like it." Mara pours him a cup of warm herbal tea, steam curling into soft shapes, and sets a fresh honey glow bun beside it. The man takes a bite, a breath, leaves him. His shoulders lower. Something inside him loosens, untangles. As he eats, the cloudlings settle near his feet, their light warming the cold around him. He doesn't know why, but he feels safe, grounded. As if this tiny wooden bakery is a harbor just for him. Time seems to slow. The fog outside thickens, but inside, everything is still, glowing. "Peaceful. Thank you," he whispers eventually. Not sure if he's speaking to Mira, the cloudlings, or simply the soft glow of the space around him. Mira only smiles. Everyone finds their way here when they're meant to. When he finishes eating, the cloudlings drift toward the door again, nudging him lightly, not to send him away but to show him something. Outside, the fog has parted just enough to reveal the path home. The lanterns seem brighter, the air softer. The cloudlings hop along the path ahead of him, lighting each step until he reaches the end of the square. He turns back. For a moment he watches the little bakery, glowing like a warm ember amid the fog. He knows he'll return. Everyone who visits does. Back at the bakery, Myra closes the door gently, leaving it cracked open just enough for the cloudlings to slip back inside when they're done with their nightly guiding. She tidies the shelves, hums a soft tune, and places a fresh mug of tea on the outdoor table. A quiet invitation for the next soul who needs it. Fog Harbor's night settles in deeper, but it never feels lonely. Not with the glow of the bakery. Not with the cloudlings wandering like fluffy lanterns. Not with Mira tending to her little haven of warmth. And so, in the heart of the mist-covered village, the Fog Harbor Bakery remains a place of rest, of sweetness, of gentle magic. A place where warmth is baked into every loaf. Place where fog carries smiles. A place that greets every tired traveler with the same soft promise. You're safe here. Stay as long as you need. And if you ever find yourself wandering through a foggy evening, feeling heavy, overwhelmed, or simply tired, listen closely. You might hear the quiet flicker of fairy lights, the soft patter of cloudling feet, and the faint scent of warm bread drifting through the mist. Follow it. It might just lead you home.